Hi, name is Niall Miller. I was asked why do I like mud for the mud fest. Well, in a lot of ways I don't really like mud because you just end up getting filthy and you have to clean yourself. Don't like that. But anyway, the reason is when I did horticulture as a young man or younger guy, and with horticulture and forestry, it was all about the soil, what type of soil can grow different plants and stuff like that, and that always fascinated me. And over the years of doing different types of work, you encounter so many different soils, especially in Ireland, all the way around the country, from really loamy ones to peat and clay and stuff. A number of years ago, 20 odd years ago, we came here in lovely Leitrim, and I was fascinated with the soil in Leitrim. That you have this amazing grey clay that's it's amazing stuff. You can make a pond just by digging a hole and smoothing it out, and it would be waterproof. So here we have a citrus spruce plantation, and on a heavy clay soils, when the wind and the rain start making an effect, they kind of all the silt filters up through the roots and comes up and makes this really nice filtered clay. I know it's a nice silt there on top. You can see this. With your hands, you can see the difference in the different layers over the different years with the different amount of silt and stuff. That's fantastic stuff now for daubing. It's really nice stuff. Look at that, lovely. Okay. You can also see animals that leave their footprints in the stuff too. The odd bit of green material, organic material, isn't too bad because it will be filtered out. Let me bring it back up to the house. Oh, it's actually quite a creamy texture to it. But, this is what happens when you have citrus spruce planted on heavy clay soils. Make it that to chip these things. Here we have another prime example where the drain has been filtered in or been silted up from the spruce, and I'll just clean off some of the excess twigs there. And you can see the tree here is rocked and it's splashed the silt up, so it's really lovely, really nice stuff. So I come down every now and again and steal a bit. That was one end of things. Another one was I do forestry, and I do wattling and hazel cutting hazel coppicing and making hazel panels and willow panels and things like that. Trying to get them to be economic. They never really survive for outside too long. I don't like doing things for only 5 years and things. We got lucky with the Coppice Association in Winchinaquilla. We got to do some buildings, so we got to put mud and clay onto these, and Joe Gowan in particular was a major influence on just getting structures, any sort of structure built with wattle and then daubing it to preserve it and using lime and everything, and suddenly they really started working really well. We got really lucky doing one in the Castlebar Folk Museum in the car park there. There's a little building we made of a sample of different types of walls. We were lucky then in Castlespie we got to do a roundhouse as a bird hide in the middle of their wildlife area, and the red clay that they had up there was just the most amazing. They used to have red brick factory there, making red brick for Belfast and stuff. It was an amazing scene of clay, but it plastered up so well. It was quite inspiring. It was lovely. So when we're here in Wexford at the Mud Festival, there's a number of buildings that we completed there. And they all have slightly different techniques, different quantities and different ratios of plaster mixes and stuff like this in the wattling and the daubing. So it'd be great ones to point out and see. Well, here we have another example of the wattle panels. This is an outside toilet that we decided to build. We used bamboo and willow to weave it. That's a very nice bamboo. And here we just have another example of split hazel in the round, birch tops and willow, different types of willow, and that is that's about 7 years old now, and they're all doing really well. So like if internally in a house they'd be fantastic for different panels. The bamboo that we use is this bamboo over here. You can see growing, big leafed stuff, very vigorous. Would not recommend anybody planting it because it just takes over areas, but it does need to be cut, and it's very useful material. Okay, here we have an example of a hemp and lime with a heavy clay soil. All I did was I put up 2 shutters and filled it and let it dry, and then plastered it afterwards. There, it's 12 to 13 years old. It needs a bit of plaster and a bit of maintenance. You can see here, you can actually see the particles of the hemp and the lime. I think it was actually a football hit at a rather hard speed, so it needs a small bit of repair. You can see the stuff there and that. I went from different types of styles of wattling to kind of covering them with clay and lime and hemp, and doing a number of different techniques. So I guess I do actually like mud quite a bit, but don't tell my mum or my wife.